Hi, it's Anne from the Useless Crafter. So this is part 2 of my acrylic sign, and upside down, of course. This is a graduation sign that I'm making for my daughter's school. And so on this side, I want to do a big like cheer bow ribbon and put the class of, so that they can reuse the sign over and over. But so let's try this. I actually have no idea how this is going to turn out. I don't even have the right type of ribbon that I normally do for the cheer bows. The cheer bows I do Grosgain, and it's the thick one, you know, it's the 3-inch one. So we're going to wing it today, and we're going to just, you know, kind of figure things out. So what I did was I cut, let's see, what is this? I basically cut a 60-inch ribbon. I'm gonna fold it in half, and the reason I'm gonna fold it in half is I'm gonna use my little mini press right here to kind of make an indentation of where the half line is. I do, if you plan on making any type of bow, I highly recommend buying this mat. I try, because I consider myself like a ribbonista, you want to call it. I've been tying bows for like all my life. I thought I could do this without, and after doing a couple, forget it. Like I can't make this uniform at all without this little cool guy over here. So anyway, so you're gonna fold along that line. There's a line on here, and you're just gonna follow this little chart. And basically, I'm gonna use my iron to like really make the marks for me, because this is the satin ribbon, so it's a little bit more slippery, if you want to call it that. So I kind of just want to make it really noticeable. And I'm using my teflon and my mini press right here on the first one. Now, if you go to your heat guide, it's going to say this material is not compatible. They don't want you using this material with iron on, but you know what? Too sad, too bad. Because I'm doing class of, and then 2020 with the little diploma and her little cap. This is, mind you, for preschoolers. All right, so I'm going to cut this out. And we're just going to iron this on later. This is glitter iron-on, and you know, it's not being worn, it's being tied to that sign. So it just needs to heat up enough to stick onto the ribbon, and I think we're good. All right, so what you need to do at this point is we need to kind of crinkle this up, and I don't think this is gonna work because the ribbon's not thick enough. So it's gonna look like that. And I feel like personally I can tie a better ribbon than that. But we'll do it. Okay, you need one of these zip ties. Okay, so we're gonna put it on. And this will keep it in place. And you know, it will help us later if we want to add to this ribbon, which I think I will add to this ribbon. That's really the only way I know how to do this. I don't have enough hands. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even do it on the right side. I would make a horrible zip tie. Okay, here we go. Like, I'm not hearing the little clicks there. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna add a couple more loops and tie it myself. But I'm gonna use this part down here, and we're gonna iron on our stuff. So this doesn't look that impressive. You're gonna cut off this, and I'll have like a center tie of the same ribbon, And I think I'm gonna add a couple more loops to make it like a bigger, to make it more full. So like if it sat like this, maybe I'll do a different color behind. We'll have to see. But in the meantime, I do still definitely want to do the iron on. So let's get out our mat. And let's see how this fits on our sign. I'm just waiting for that to fall off. All right. Trying to see if there's a front or a back to this ribbon. Not really, but okay. I don't want to go all the way to the bottom because I want to cut it some. But okay, here we go. Okay, so class up will go on this side. And that fits just enough on my map. So I'm gonna leave it there like that. And 2020 over here. Okay, so I love my teflon. I'm gonna put it on top. And I'm just gonna iron this on. Now I have the Cricut Joy while we're just chatting. I have the Cricut Joy. I have been brainstorming as to why I need the Cricut Joy, and I really can't think of any projects that I normally do where the Cricut Joy would make it so much easier for me. However, I was also in the band on the same group as thinking this is super frivolous. But this mini press, I use it so much. I can't even tell you, like, it's so nice. And it's perfect for a lot of projects when you don't want to get everything hot, but you just need to get your piece down. So I'm hoping that my Joy is going to have the same results, where it feels frivolous at first, but because I can always have it out, it's easy to use, that it's worth it. We'll see, right? All right, so I have this on one. I don't want to ruin my ribbon, so that's why I have the Teflon and the transfer sheet on this thing. And I kind of want to be able to just pull off my transfer sheet so I could just have my Teflon on there so that it can really heat. And I think I'm able to do that. So I'm just going to pull this off. Whoa, don't pull too fast like I just did. Almost there. And then now, without this barrier, the Teflon sheet, it should be able to transfer more heat through the Teflon, and this should stick on to the ribbon no problem. I've been ironing stuff on, I iron everything on everything. I don't care what that heat press tells me, what I can or can't do, I do it. I just do it on low heat so I don't ruin anything. All right, so here we go. I think that looks good. So actually I'm gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna put this down and I'm just gonna run this through. Oops. Don't put your finger there, you'll turn it off. Well, you'll increase the heat and then you'll realize you have to go all the way through it and turn it back on. Okay, so let's see. Yep, nothing's coming off. I'm gonna run through it one more time in the end. But for now, let's get this down so that we can continue on. And remember, you want it to just stick enough so you can pull off that transfer sheet, and then that way you can iron with just the Teflon in between. And you're sort of just, you know, it's kind of like sticky on the back right now. So if you push it down, a lot of times it works for me, but no, not yet. I'm gonna crank up this heat a little bit. Yep. So the two didn't stick all the way down, at least not this corner over here, and it's okay as long as you can get the rest of it to stick down and it doesn't change the shape of the two, you know, so you're good. Just don't stretch out. Okay, so it didn't do very well up here. So I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna go back down to 1. Okay. Yep. And I'm basically using my fingernails to peel it off the transfer sheet and then make sure it lays down nicely, and then put this over and then iron. Now again, since we're not washing this or anything, as long as it's on there, I think we're good. So I'm going to just put both of these down, and I'm gonna iron both of them real quick. Just one more run through just to make sure it's all good. Don't forget your teflon sheet. Okay, and I did crank it up to 2. Just to make sure, and you know, I'm not keeping a lot of heat on it for a long time, so it'll be fine. Until something burns and then we lift it up, right? But hey, better my supplies than your supplies, right? Okay, I think we're good. Yep, okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna say class of 2020 with the little cap and the little diploma. So that's gonna go on the side. I'm gonna make this ribbon, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna make this ribbon bigger and then you'll see it, but you know, you can iron on anything. Ooh, this C is lifting. I'm just gonna put this back on and get the C real quick. And really just test it out, low heat. If it's something that you're not wearing, like a notebook or you know, like vinyl purse or whatever, just do low heat until it sticks and then just keep tapping at it. Make sure you have a Teflon. If it's material that may heat and stick together, make sure that you put one of these heat pads in between the layers, your material, your iron-on, your Teflon, and then your heat press. But in that case, this mini is great because it only gives heat over what you want it to, so it gives you a lot of control. I know but you know, some people were getting it super cheap, but this thing, I use it so much. Highly recommended. All right, see you later, bye.